Ion Torrent R&D has delivered a phenomenal set of products for us this quarter, and taken together, that set of products will enable us to outperform our competitors on every major metric, particularly for gene panel sequencing. The fastest time to result, the simplest workflow, the lowest cost per sample, and the highest sensitivity for both clinical research applications and research applications. Our workflow improvements are really going to be pretty dramatic this quarter, and particularly when you're looking at gene panels. And gene panels are really one of the most popular things for people to do on next generation sequencing platforms. The combination of the Ion PGM platform with its rapid sequencing, the Ion AmpliSeq technology with its very simple, easy to use PCR-based workflow. The combination of those two things with Ion Chef is really going to make our workflow incredibly simple. We're going to have the simplest workflow, we're going to have the fastest workflow, and we're going to have the lowest cost to result of any sequencing platform that's on the market today. In the past, when you've been working with gene panels, one of the major problems has been how do you call all the variants in that panel? If you've transitioned from a world where you've been doing single gene tests and looking at very small numbers of mutations, where now you're looking at many regions in the gene and you have a lot of mutations, how do you call all of those accurately? What we've been doing with our Torrent Suite software is dramatically improving its ability to call variants. And with this new version, we've got yet another update, and we're able to get close to 100% sensitivity for calling of variants. And we do that by being able to tune the parameters for the variant caller for these specific panels. An example of that is our work with a couple of groups in Europe, Dr. Jose Machado at the Institute of Molecular Pathology in Portugal, and Dr. Marcel Nieland at Nijmegen Medical Center on BRCA1 and 2 gene resequencing. Really super important genes involved in breast cancer. They have a series of very difficult mutations, including long homopolymers, and we're able to call all of those homopolymers very accurately with this new version of Torrent Suite and get close to 100% sensitivity for these difficult variants. We've introduced our second generation of Ion 3 series chips, the 314, 316, and 318. The semiconductor industry is phenomenal. It enables us to iterate these technologies very rapidly and get much better increases in performance and output. So with this new generation of chips, we've been able to increase the output up to 10-fold. Really quite incredible. Our 314 chips, which originally were introduced at a spec of 10 megabases of output, now can deliver between 50 and 100 megabases of sequence, so nearly 10 times the amount of output that they gave initially. The output on our Ion 316 chip is now up to 1 gigabase of sequence. Our 318 chip up to 2 gigabases of output per run, all in just a few hours. The Ion PGM and Ion 3 series chips are products of the semiconductor industry, and we're leveraging the huge cost efficiencies out of that semiconductor industry. The introduction of the second generation of Ion PGM has enabled us to make sequencing even more accessible and leverage those cost efficiencies even further. So what we have now is the ability to put together two versions of our Ion PGM system. A fully automated system that's about 20% less than our competitors' workflow, considerably simpler and a much faster workflow, and a semi-automated version of the workflow on the PGM, and that will be half the cost of our competitors' systems.